Have you ever wondered what it would be like to wake up every morning on the Sen River with the Eiffel Tower as your neighbor? Well, meet the Dubois family, who traded their traditional Parisian apartment for something most people would consider absolutely crazy. They now call a converted barge their home, floating right in the heart of one of the world's most expensive cities. And here's the shocking part. They're actually saving money while living a life that most of us only dream about. I'm about to take you inside their floating sanctuary where modern Bohemian living meets centuries-old Parisian tradition. What you're about to discover will completely change how you think about home ownership, city living, and what it truly means to embrace freedom in the modern world. The morning sun reflects off the water as Claire Dubois steps onto her floating terrace, coffee in hand, watching tourists stream across the Pont Neuf just meters away. This isn't a vacation rental or a romantic weekend getaway. This is home for Claire, her husband Mark, and their two teenagers, Emma and Jules. For the past 3 years, they've been part of Paris's hidden community of boat dwellers, living what the French call la vie bohème, the Bohemian life. But before you start thinking this is some wealthy family's eccentric hobby, let me tell you their story. Mark lost his corporate job during the pandemic, and like millions of families worldwide, they faced an impossible choice: leave Paris entirely or find a creative solution to stay in the city they loved. Traditional apartments were becoming unaffordable, with average rents consuming over 60% of their income. That's when Claire stumbled across an advertisement for a converted barge moored along the Seine. The boat itself is a masterpiece of compact living. What was once a commercial cargo vessel from the 1950s has been transformed into a 3-bedroom floating home spanning 45 meters in length. The main living area features floor-to-ceiling windows that slide open completely, dissolving the boundary between indoor and outdoor space. Vintage Persian rugs cover polished wooden floors, while hanging plants create natural dividers between the kitchen, dining, and lounge areas. The kitchen might be compact, but it's incredibly functional. Claire has mastered the art of cooking elaborate French meals in a space smaller than most people's bathrooms. A 2-burner gas stove, a compact oven, and a surprisingly spacious refrigerator handle all their culinary needs. Fresh herbs grow in window boxes along the galley, and a fold-down counter provides additional prep space when needed. The bedrooms are ingeniously designed with built-in storage everywhere. Emma's room features a loft bed with a study area underneath, while Jules has converted his space into what he calls his floating gaming den. The master bedroom occupies the stern, with panoramic windows offering unobstructed views of Notre Dame Cathedral across the water. But living on a boat in central Paris isn't just about the novelty. The practical challenges are real and constant. Water management becomes a daily consideration. Fresh water comes from a connection to the municipal system, but conservation is essential since tank capacity is limited. Waste management requires careful planning with a composting toilet system and grey water recycling for non-potable uses. Power comes from a combination of solar panels on the roof and a connection to the electrical grid. During summer months, the solar system provides nearly all their energy needs. Winter presents more challenges, requiring strategic use of a small diesel generator and careful energy management to avoid overwhelming their battery bank. The financial reality is perhaps the most surprising aspect of their lifestyle. Their monthly expenses total roughly €800, including mooring fees, insurance, utilities, and maintenance. Compare that to the average Parisian rent of over €1,500, for a similar-sized space, and you begin to understand why this lifestyle is gaining traction among young families and creative professionals. Mark has embraced his new role as boat maintenance expert and part-time tour guide. He offers sunset cruises along the Seine, sharing stories about houseboat living while generating additional income. Claire has launched a successful blog documenting their floating life, complete with recipes adapted for boat kitchens and tips for compact living. The children have adapted remarkably well, with Emma becoming an expert kayaker and Jules discovering a passion for river ecology. The social aspects of houseboat living surprise the family most. The floating community along the Seine operates like a village within the city. Neighbors share tools, knowledge, and dinner invitations. During summer evenings, multiple boats often raft together for impromptu parties on the water. Children move freely between boats, creating friendships that transcend traditional neighborhood boundaries. Weather becomes an intimate part of daily life in ways that apartment dwellers never experience. Storm winds create dramatic movements that initially terrified the family but now provide a soothing rhythm for sleep. Ice formation during rare cold snaps requires active boat management to prevent damage. Spring floods bring both excitement and anxiety as water levels rise dramatically, sometimes lifting their home several meters higher than usual. The bureaucratic challenges of boat living in Paris are considerable, but not insurmountable. Proper documentation includes boat registration, insurance, health certificates, and mooring permits. The family spent months navigating French maritime law while learning about sewage regulations, electrical safety requirements, and emergency procedures specific to floating homes. Shopping and logistics require strategic planning. Grocery runs involve carrying everything down gangplanks and across potentially unstable docks. Furniture delivery becomes a creative exercise in problem-solving. Amazon packages get delivered to a nearby friend's traditional apartment. Laundry happens at the local lavery or using a compact washer that drains directly into the Seine. Education presented initial concerns for Emma and Jules, but both children now argue that boat living has enhanced their learning experience. Biology becomes hands-on when you're literally living within an ecosystem. Physics concepts like buoyancy, pressure, and energy conservation aren't abstract theories, but daily realities. Their friends are fascinated by homework sessions conducted on floating decks, with Notre Dame providing the backdrop. The environmental impact of their lifestyle choice weighs heavily on the family's consciousness. Grey water treatment, solar energy, and reduced consumption align with their values about sustainable living. However, they acknowledge the privilege inherent in their choice. Not everyone can work remotely or has the initial capital required to purchase and modify a boat for full-time living. Winter months test the family's commitment to their floating lifestyle. Heating costs increase dramatically, condensation becomes a constant battle, and the romantic notion of living on water confronts the reality of limited daylight and cold, damp conditions. Yet they've discovered unexpected joys in winter boat life: frost patterns on windows, the drama of winter storms, and the cozy intimacy that comes from spending months in close quarters. The psychological effects of constant water movement have been profound. The gentle rocking motion that initially caused seasickness now provides a natural stress relief mechanism. Sleep quality has improved for all family members. The sound of water against the hull creates white noise that blocks city sounds, while providing a connection to natural rhythms often missing in urban environments. Their story reflects a broader trend of people questioning traditional concepts of home ownership and urban living. Rising property costs, remote work opportunities, and environmental consciousness are driving creative housing solutions worldwide. The Dubois family represents a growing movement of people choosing experience over possessions, flexibility over security, and community over isolation. As Claire watches another sunset paint the Seine golden while her family prepares dinner in their floating kitchen, she reflects on their unconventional choice. They have traded convenience for adventure, predictability for freedom, and conventional success for a life aligned with their values. Their bohemian existence on the Seine proves that home isn't defined by location or structure, but by the courage to live authentically, even when that authenticity floats.